Hello everyone, so sorry I'm not going to be with you this weekend. So in lieu of our Dvar Halacha, a small little idea about davening, and this time about one of the more non-popular davenings of the week, as you can hear in this clip.
דירוג תפילות השבוע, זה הדירוג שלי, אני מניח שזה לא מסונכרן עם הדירוג של ריבונו, אבל לא בשמיים, אז אני צודק. מקום חמישי, מנחה של שבת, תפילה מאתגרת שממיינת את הרציניים מהדתל"שים לעתיד, תפילה עם נוכחות דלה כמו שפם בר מצווה, הטיימינג קשה מאוד, עדיין לא נגמרה הארוחה, הגוף ערוך לשנץ, החמין פירה כל חלקה טובה בבטן, ופתאום דפיקה על השולחן, בום, הולכים למנחה.
So as this fine gentleman said, Mincha on Shabbos is not exactly the highest on the list, but it, Mincha, comes to Shulchan Aruch and Simon Reish Tzadik Bet and says that besides Ashrei Uvalet Zion that we say at Mincha on Shabbos and Yontiv, there's one addition on Shabbos, and that is we add the pasuk Va'ani Tefilati Lecha Hashem Et Ratzon Elokim Berov Chazdecha Aneni Bemet Yishecha. My prayer, God, please let it be at a favorable time and please answer me. Why do we only say it at Mincha on Shabbos? So the Torah, the Sefer HaManhig, and the Mishnah Berurah all quote a Medrash, and the Medrash basically comments on why is it that David HaMelech in Tehillim quoted the pasuk Yasichu bi Yoshvei Shar. All those at the gate are talking about me. V'neginot shotai shechar. Under their breath they're drunk. And right afterwards is this pasuk Va'ani Tefilati. Said David before HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Look at the difference between the non-Jews, says David HaMelech. Ochlim, shotin, umishtakrin, holchin ufochazin. They eat, they drink too much, they eat too much, and they don't exactly go to the right place. But we Jews, on Shabbos, we have an obligation to eat and drink and to have Oneg Shabbos, and despite it all, we still daven. We sober up because it's not permitted to daven when you're drunk. We make sure that despite the fact that it's a very short day in the winter, we make it to Mincha. And therefore we say, God, since we made that extra effort, not only to eat and drink, but to eat and drink and to get ready for Mincha, please make that extra effort to listen to our prayers. So it's a beautiful badge of honor for those that make it to Mincha on Shabbos, especially in the short Shabboses of the winter. But there's another Perush. The Kolbo says, in the name of Rav Natan, that we have an interesting Gemara in Bava Kama regarding laning. The Gemara in Bava Kama says that one of the 10 different enactments that Ezra HaSofer added to the Jewish people was that we read the Torah at Mincha on Shabbos. Moshe Rabbeinu already enacted to read it in the morning. Ezra added Mincha. Why? Mishum Yoshvei Kranot. Explains Rashi, who are these Yoshvei Kranot? The people that sit at the arches. Yoshvei Chanuyot, Kol Yemot Achol, Skin Baschara. They have stores all week long. They sit in their stores. They can't make it to shul. And therefore, they don't even make it to shul on Monday and Thursday. And Koren, B'Sheni V'Chamishi. They never hear Kriyas HaTorah during the week with those 3 aliyahs. Therefore, Ezra says, I'm going to give you a Kriyas HaTorah on Shabbos. Tiken b'ganayu Kriya Yetera. Says the Kolbo. Rav Natan explained that we say this pasuk because Ezra HaSofer went out of his way to make an enactment for these people who can't even make it to minyan during the week. Amad v'tiken Kriya Zula Hagen Aleihem. He went ahead and made this enactment to guard over them. Therefore, Anu Omrim, therefore we say, Va'ani Tefilati. We come before God and we say, God, we want our prayer to be at a time that's favorable. Look how favorable the time is. You made a time where even those that can't make it to shul during the week can make it to shul and can hear a Kriyas HaTorah with 3 aliyahs. Does it make a difference? Is there a nafkamina? I believe there is. The Mishnah Berurah says, Shabbat nahug lomro makom she'ein servet Torah v'chein afilu biyachid. If you say the reason is the Jewish people eat and they drink and they still make it to Mincha, then if for some reason or another you couldn't make it to shul, but you daven Mincha, then obviously you should still say Va'ani Tefilati. But if the reason is all because of Kriyas HaTorah, point positive we say it right before Kriyas HaTorah, then if you're davening at home, for some reason you can't make it to shul, then maybe you shouldn't say this Va'ani Tefilati. But the Mishnah Berurah paskins, You say it whether you're davening alone or whether you're davening with a minyan and you're laning. And I believe there's a lesson here. These two perushim talk about the two elements of the Jewish people. On the one hand, the elite. They make it to Mincha and Shabbos just like they do during the week. They don't miss a minyan. On the other hand, there are those that during the week cannot even make it to shul. And yet, we have to look out for them too. Judaism has never been and will never be a religion just for the elitists. And therefore, because it's not just a Judaism for elitists, you can understand the holiday that's coming closer and closer. On Hanukkah, every Jewish home has a menorah in it. A menorah. That remnant from the Beis HaMikdash, the holiest place we have, is in each and every Jewish home. Not just those that don't miss a minyan ever, but those that actually miss a minyan because they have stores, they can't make it. Every Jewish home has a remnant from the holiest place in the world. And therefore, when we look out for the Jewish people, we have to, on the one hand, be there for the so-called elite, those that make it to shul all the time, those that learn, those that can daven at a high level. But we also have to be there for those that are not. And if we're there for both, then we are indeed leading the Jewish people properly, and we can come before God and say, God, we looked out for every element of the Jewish people, from the elite to the so-called non-elite. For those that can make it to minyan no problem during the week, to those that can't because they have stores, they have to wake up early, they come home late. And therefore, we have the audacity to say to you, God, ואני תפילתי לך השם את רצון, אלוקים ברוב חסדך, ענני באמת ישך. After doing this effort, God, please answer us. Please answer us favorably.